Oh no, I just came to ask a question.
Oh, sure.
That was such an amazing presentation.
Oh, thank you.
I just have to say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why there was a problem with adapting to different. You can't quite understand it unless you understand the
specifics to economics.
specifics to the economics.
Sorry.
But he did say the statistics lecture. But the only difference was he just said at the end, you can use it for your different studies. Just change a couple words here and there. But that was just a bit blunt because it's like, as you can see, it was the face value doesn't seem like you can understand it that easily.
Yeah.
But it was actually quite sense. People did make the effort and actually use it. I think it could definitely be made more user friendly. But it's quite hard to make because every context is different. Like for example, talking to your friend, there could be a different source of experience cognitive. When you're working, there could be an experience different. So it's just quite hard to map all of that causes, all the sources of experience cognitive to that setting.
Can I share with you what we're doing?
Yes.
So, like,
Take care. Bye.
nice to see you. We are looking for our IMG as educational supervisors in psychiatry, particularly in psychiatry are having like an enhanced meeting with their educational supervisor because so kind of talk around all of those things that are really important, like have you found somewhere to live? Like have you done this? Is this how are you managing with all of these things rather than being like, well what are your typical aims for today or whatever? And I think that's really important because we talk a lot about the firms kind of being moved away, that all that support is gone, all that structure is gone. So they try to find ways to move that in there. And I think that's just important to kind of say, well, how much of this is like...
How does that actually impact and
how much of this is actually using up your bandwidth? You know, if you're worried that you can't get your kids into school and stuff. I mean, that sounds really stressful. And like, if you can't drive, buses are hard, it's cold, and it's lonely, and it's like, So yeah, lots to think about. Thank you so very much.
No worries.
Wonderful talk.
Thank you very much.
I'm an ST5 at Ontario. I could never have done what you just did, so well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Take care. See you then. Bye.
I'm actually a biomedical scientist.
Thank you very much.
So I just wanted to ask you, how did you get the opportunity to do this?
So this is quite like handed to me in a sort of case of situation because my medical school makes us do a BMed side project in the middle of the year at Nottingham. So we just have a bunch of different projects. We just ran them and I got this project. I'd already been involved in different entertainment, talking about like in BME groups and stuff of that sort. And then my supervisor was talking about cognitive theory. And we just met, we were like, why can't we put one and one together? And we did this project. But for you, yourself in the context of going to medical school, and it's quite important to get research projects and stuff, as you might know, with applications and stuff in the future. I think it's quite easy. Just when you go to university, there's lots of research-specific societies. My university has something called Inspire, where they literally have summer research projects for you to do every year, and I'm involved in one now besides this. And also if you go to a school where you can do an integrated degree, UCL does it, pretty much every medical school does it, but some are mandatory, some are not, then you can get a chance to.
How about your dissertation? Would that be sufficient for amount of research?
Yeah, this is my dissertation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just depends on how good your supervisor is and how well you understand the topic. It took a lot of effort for me to understand this, just because I didn't even talk about the other subtypes. The other subtypes are just so wide, but it took me quite a bit to understand it. But once I read more and more about it, I was just convinced this could actually help BME and international graduates. So I was like, might as well make an effort.
It was wonderful. You presented well. You were composed, and it was interesting.
Thank you. I was just gonna ask. There are no prizes, right? We're not being assessed for prizes, right?
No, I have no clue.
You have no clue for that. Okay.
And final question: how is it that you came to present your dissertation here? Because usually people would just do it at school, or?
I applied to the conference. They actually have things called, they invite abstracts for different conferences. So I submitted an abstract, which is basically like a really quick summary of my 10,000 word dissertation, and they read it and they were like, it might be a good one, so we'll have them present it at the conference.
Okay, so you applied to.
So I just submitted my abstract. It's on their website. They have this every year, this event.
That's
and
wonderful.
other organisations do it as well.
I wish you all success and
Thank you
wherever
very
you
much.
go. You're doing great, honestly.
Thank you very much. That's really
Bye,
nice
have
to
a
hear.
wonderful
Bye.
night.